Okay, y'all, I'm back with the part two. And as you can see, it ain't got dark out here. So you're not gonna be able to see me that well. Let me see if my blue light at least lighted up a little bit. Not really, but okay. Whatever. I should just turn on one of these lights. Okay, y'all. That makes me so feel uncomfortable though. Maybe if I go to like a little bit more lit up area. So what was we talking about? We was talking about the drowning and what actually had transpired before um I had while I checked out when I went under for the 3 minutes. So like I was telling y'all, now I'm in the water and I'm sitting up there trying to scream and stuff. Now my friend, he at the top of the pier. So I'm looking at him and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't, because you kind of like scared to put one of your hands up because you thinking you gonna go down. I don't know how to swim. So I'm sitting up there looking at him, y'all. And do y'all know what he reminded me of? He reminded me of when on Dave Chappelle when Dave Chappelle would play Rick James with the dreadlocks and with that purple outfit. In my mind, that's what I seen my friend up there playing, and that's what I was seeing. Okay, when I would look up there and on that pier, and my friend wasn't responding to to my minimal help signals. So, whatever. So after I go in for 3 minutes, then my friend had to fill me in on the rest of the story because, of course, I didn't checked out. But what ended up happening was my friend said I began to float away. So after I started floating away, after I started to float away, it's so packed up here. I'm at the gas station and it is packed. Okay, give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, y'all. I began to float away, he said. And I remember floating away because then that's the more scarier that it got, the more I would float away. You know what I'm saying? Because at first I was just trying to reach for the wooden beam like I was telling y'all the first time. But then after that, you know what I'm saying? I already knew that I couldn't grab it. So I just started like drifting off. So once I started drifting off, I was like, ooh, shoot, this ain't looking good. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to make it. So he says that I went up under, and of course I went up under for 3 minutes. And in those, when I went under, then he called out because he can't swim either. So then he called out to some other guy, and this guy and this girl, the other guy jumped in and helped save me. And then my friend jumped in too. And they couldn't take me up on the shore because it's a whole bunch of rocks down there and like big pieces of rocks. And even like when I came back, I felt like my toes were decapitated. And I looked down at my feet and each one of my toes were like, had severe cuts, across, where they connect to the foot at. So all of them were cut. I was cut all over my feet and all over my hands because of those rocks. So even though I ain't go up there, I still even got cut up a lot from it. So, and that was like 12 hours later in the hospital when I woke up. Okay, so they pulled me out by the boat. I'm jumping ahead. They pulled me out by the boat and took me to the hospital that was nearest to the water. So, I had been unconscious for 12 hours. I come to, then they tell me what happened and everything. And the only thing I could do was literally just cry because I could not believe I made it. But then after that, it came, my doctor had got a phone call he was like, your patient's on the news. I guess that's what he told him. And the guy, he looked at me and I'm looking at him, and they violating a little bit. So I was like, is he talking about me? He was like, oh, yes, child. So we tried to hurry up and turn it on TV because they said it was in the news. So then later on when I got out that day, it was in the news. So they had me stay there, and they gave me a whole bag of antibiotics because the water is nasty. It's not sanitary. So they gave me all those bags of fluids and stuff. And then they released me. And like, when I tell you I was full of seawater, or lake water, I was full of lake water. So like, my equilibrium was off. My lungs was full of water. And I can't believe that they had released me like that. So y'all been hearing all these stories about doctors, and even the stories that I got on my own channel with the doctors. I don't too much trust them like that anyway, even though this has nothing to do with my doctor. This is a hospital. So after that, they sent me on home. Now, everybody was like, go to the doctor. But I was so grateful to the Most High for even pulling me out that water and saving my life like that. As soon as I got out that hospital, I went on a fast. I fasted for 7 days after that, because there wasn't no way else I could repay the Most High. Plus, it brings healing when you fast like that. So I went on a 7-day fast after I drowned, to show my appreciation to the Most High. And I think that was the best decision that I made too, because like, after the drowning, I was still in trouble of like something happening within death within the first 24 hours. And then like, I couldn't breathe any at first. Like, I had very, very shallow breaths. Mind you, I didn't go back to the doctor. My chest felt like elephants was sitting on it every day. It was crazy. More scared. Actually, the after effects was like more painful to me than the drowning. There was no pain involved with the drowning. It's just a lot of suffering, but ain't no pain at all. So I was just hurting so bad afterwards, and it really scared me, because I already got asthma and stuff. So it was just crazy how I was feeling afterwards. And like I said, I was at high risk for pneumonia and other infections to break out too. And then I could notice that through the year, because it's only been exactly 4 months. 3 days before then, I had just got out of that 10-year relationship 3 years before then. And I had even made a video where I was down there by the lake 3 days prior. And I had mentioned, and I think I even mentioned in the video, and I know I told some people, I said I felt like I was drowning. I felt like I was drowning. And I'll be damned if that didn't come to pass for real. That came to pass for real. I guess you really do got to be careful what you speak, because I kept saying it, I felt like I was drowning. You know what I'm saying? And it actually happened. Crazy. I know. So I wish I had light in here, y'all. I'm really trying it right now by doing a video in the dark like this. I am really trying it. So yeah, I've been kind of getting over that. I've been okay though. I've been okay. After I did that fast, I really wasn't worried about it. I've been make sure I be cautious about everything and whatever. And you guys know, before then, I was in a car wreck. So Satan definitely got something out for my soul right now, and he really does. He really does. But it was cool though, and I'm cool, and I thank the Most High that I'm cool. For real. So, but really, that's the gist of the whole story, and that's where I've been at, y'all. I've been recuperating, and I got, I found another way to do these videos and able to put them up, so that's what I'm going to do. So, and I'm about to make another video right now called Am I Wrong? Okay? So be looking out for that one, or go ahead and look at it. It'll probably be days after. Today is Sunday. I just had a birthday a couple days ago. Today is Sunday, the 16th, I believe. 16th, 17th, one of them. You guys have a great day. I'm gonna later on, probably not right now, I'm gonna put my Uber and Lyft codes up under there. You guys go check it out, become drivers, or just use the code to get you a ride. Okay? See you in the next video. Thank you to the new subscribers, and you all have a nice day. Thank you. Subscribe and all that good stuff, and comment.